Alright, you guys. We're logging on Marrow. Did you see the population numbers right there? For a second? Like 560. I was watching classic EverQuest. I like to watch him. I watched his Necro on P99 green. And, oh, gotta resize the window. Ah! Ah! How do I revert? Just like return to normal. OBS! Alright, well, there we go. Here we go. Marrow's entering the world. Level 16 now. I was watching classic EverQuest, and he's talking about the populations at the time that he plays. 1,800 he's seeing it hit at. He's in America. So this is the advantage I have being in China. Which is pretty nice when the connection's good. It's that I'm looking at a population of 600 as opposed to 1,800. So we hit 16, and I had a lot of fun. I want to wait till the music dies down to talk more, though. And I feel like this connection attempt is failing. So I'm going to pause it, and I'll resume. Oh, is that a success? I think so. God, I hope so. It's usually really quick. Alright, we're in. We are in. So here I am in the East Commonlands, level 16 now, and you see me holding a sword. It looks like a single-hander, but it's a two-hander. So let me get you caught up. I have been loving the Commonlands because I really want to get my archery up. I want to get my archery and my fletching up. I really want to get that true shot bow so I can bump up my range damage, and I could do some really cool snare kiting with the bow. Also, I still have my fingers crossed that my enchanter friend comes back, and a big part of our strategy is going to be letting his pet tank, and I want to be able to do DPS while that's happening by hanging back with the bow and firing, because I obviously can't get in melee range because then I become the target. So yeah, I really want to get that bow damage up, but I was thinking of it more for the enchanter plan that I just outlined. But I tried some snare kiting and I was having fun with it, and I did not realize how good a ranger is at soloing, because I had this preconceived notion that rangers are not that good, right? And I saw a yellow Kodiak, and I thought, why not give it a try? I had like 80% HP and most of my mana, so I snared him. What I do is I snare, and while the snare is casting, I'm already spamming my range attack. So as soon as that snare finishes casting, he also whips off an arrow real quick. And then if the snare doesn't get resisted, the creature's running slowly enough to where I don't even have to move. I can immediately start casting my Flame Lick dot. And again, while it's casting, before it's even finished, I start hitting my range attack button to sling off another arrow. Boom, boom. 2 arrows, a dot that'll do about 24 damage, I believe. It's doing 3 damage per tick, and I think it gets about 8 ticks before it wears off. And it costs next to nothing mana-wise. So I've already got him snared and dotted, and I just start kind of backpedaling and firing arrows as fast as I can at the target as it approaches me. And I also am constantly looking around, making sure that I'm not running into anything that's KOS to me or that wants to assist the mob. And like this, I can... It's really slow, partially because my archery is horrible. My archery right now is, I think, 31. And I've been working on this for... I've probably done like 8 to 10 mobs like this, like burning a lot of arrows. And it's gone up, I think, 6 levels since I really started working on it. It's just... It's leveling so slowly. It's at 32. Bad. Right there. And my fletching has been doing better. I've been burning a lot of arrows. And obviously using the arrows I make. 51. Still, considering I'll go through entire stacks. We're talking 20 stacks, right? Entire stacks of components. 1 of each component for every attempt. And sometimes I won't even get a single level up off of that. So it's amazing how slow the skilling up is. And that's actually going to be the theme of today's video. We're going to be skilling things up. We're going to be snare kiting and burning arrows and fletching. And you're going to see how slowly archery goes up. And you're going to see how slowly fletching goes up. We're going to be also leveling two-hand slash. I was just starting to make my way from the East Commonlands to the northern deserts of Row, to then traverse the oasis of Mar to the southern desert of Row to do the turn-in for the, wait for it, for the cutthroat insignia rings. So I'm going to turn in a bunch of these guys and get some XP for it. My bags are starting to fill up, and I thought I might as well make the run over there. And I plan on staying over there for a while because there's Dervs over there, and I think they're a little bit less camped than the ones here. I was in the West Commonlands. There's a camp of Dervs over there, and there's one Derv I can single pull off of the camp, and then I would single pull that Derv. And after he was dead, I would roam around and kill some Kodiaks. So anyway, wow, I really need to work on being more organized with my little spiels. I was doing that. I had killed the Derv, and I saw a yellow Kodiak. I'm like, why not give it a shot? Snare, boom, 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 boom. I was amazed how easy it was to take the thing down. A yellow. I just soloed a yellow like it was almost nothing. I was doing extra damage with my burst of fire nuke. I was throwing that in there, cast the nuke, and then also be spamming that range attack, and then backpedal a bit. But I only did one snare's worth of snare kiting, but I was also nuking quite a bit in there. I still had like 35% of my mana by the time that was over, and he was on top of me. Snare wore off, and I meleeed him down. I didn't even take that much damage. Killed this yellow Kodiak solo. And it just felt great. I was like, wow, this is going to be fun. Imagine when I get my true shot bow, when I'm making arrows that are doing extra damage. Wow. Like, I'm sure it's a bit expensive of a strategy because you're making all these arrows and using them, but it's going to be a pretty cool experience to be soloing as a ranger. And I think a lot of classes couldn't do that. A lot of classes would be KOS to lions and other things that are wandering around in all these various zones. And wow, unfortunately, again, first couple weeks I played this game, I swear it was fine. It was a bit laggy, but then most of the time it was fine. But last time I made a video, and this time, you see, I casted a while ago. Finally, there's the fizzle. All right, here, watch. Here I go, clicking skin like wood again. There's the casting bar at the top center, but you see nothing happening so far. And this is the lag that I sometimes have to deal with. I should probably try resetting my router. I should probably try, oh, there we go, turning off my VPN or trying a different VPN server. But, I've messed with the VPN. I don't think it's the VPN. The VPN gives me a ping report, and the ping seems good on the VPNs. So I think I might just be SOL, but it could be. I have noticed some improvement with the resetting the router. It could be my router's got something in the cache that is screwing it up, and if I clear the cache with a reset, maybe it would be smoother. So I will try that later. I'm not recording the entire video in one sitting. I've got about 15 minutes before the family comes home from school, and I just was too excited to get started and get this spiel out because it was bouncing around in my head. So as you can see, our meditate's going up. We just leveled up, and I just picked up a blackened iron bastard sword. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be snare kiting, trying to level up that archery, getting them down as much as we can. We're probably going to start with like blues, maybe even light blues, because our two-hand slash skill is not good. I was killing a light blue snake, and he did a good 35% HP damage to me, a light blue. Now, if I were using my one-hand piercing, which is maxed out, he wouldn't have done 5% damage to me. So I don't think I'm going to be trying to take out any yellows while I'm leveling up my two-hand slashing, which right now is at 25. I did level it up a bit way back in the day when I was grinding in Greater Fate Arc. To give a comparison, my piercing, very good, 82. So my cap right now is 85. You can see my sense heading there is 85. So that's my cap. And for offensive abilities like slash and pierce. So we got a ways to go. We got 60 levels to go on two-hand slash to get it caught up. But we're also going to do a quest turn-in. We're going to turn in our Derv rings in Southern Row. Let me see how much bag space I have available. Well, we're almost... Well, if I do some bow kiting, then I can burn through some of these. I've got what looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more stacks of fletching items to burn through. Oh, I forgot these tailored bags have a weight reduction, so why don't we switch my shield and weapon into the tailored bag. Let me see. I think I saved myself a pound. Yeah, I saved myself 1 or 2 pounds of weight. I think just 1 by putting them in the weight reduction bag. Levi hooked me up with those. Let's open all of our bags. Let's see what we're working with here. Yeah, see, at the moment, we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Derv rings. So what we're going to do first is we're going to head back over there. We're going to try to grab that single dervish. Hopefully he's not being camped. Fortunately for me, I play at the off hours. So usually when I go there, it's pretty much clear. Grab that derv, kill them, and continue to snare, kite around some Kodiaks or other creatures. I don't know what else I would do. I go straight for the Kodiaks because a high quality bear pelt will net me 10 platinum. I also, while I'm here, want to sell my lightstones because I don't want to make that journey again, but I happened to kill a couple wisps that were blue when I came across them. And I've got 2 lightstones and a greater lightstone. So let's see what we can do right now. Let's see. Want to sell greater lightstone times 1, 10 plat. Lightstone times 2, 1 plat each. I forgot to write what to sell. WTS. There we go. What's not a valid command? Auction. Want to sell. I gotta do it again. Lightstone times 2. 1 plat each. Did I spell auction wrong? Or is there no auction? No, there's an auction. I must have just spelled it wrong. There we go. Hopefully we get that picked up. That'll give us a little bit more room in our bags. I've got a Words of Dissolution. Dissolution. I said it right. And I'm wondering if I should keep it, because I have a level 9 enchanter. And I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't just vendor these. Maybe I should just hold on to the words, or even try to sell them, like I am now. I wasn't too worried about money until I bought my... Oh, I still haven't even showed you my new sword. I got a blackened iron bastard sword for 60 platinum, 2047. I'm excited. Now that I'm 16, I think the damage cap has been lifted. Is it to 30? Or perhaps even 40? I don't know what it is, but I do know that my one-hand piercing is maxing out at like 12 or 13 damage. And if I could do up to 30, this might really bump up my DPS, which would be great for groups and even for soloing. I'm not so sold on the whole sword and shield thing, because I'm only getting 4 AC from the buckler. Although I assume that you're getting a lot more protection than that 4 AC from equipping a shield. Maybe somebody who knows the mechanics of that can fill me in on the comments of this video if you're aware what the shield is doing for me. Is it doing just the AC that it has? Does it depend on my class, etc.? But yeah, I'm level 16. Level 17 I will get dual wield, which will be very cool. So let's just get started while we got a minute here. Because we do have a minute. Here we have a light blue snake, so we're gonna hit him with an arrow. We did 10 points of damage. That's the most I've seen from my arrows, which is really not that bad, considering I'm using like a base arrow. Oh, an archery just went up. This is a lucky little run here. Now, I'm not using a flame lick or anything. I will use kick, because I don't think kick is maxed yet. I've turned off the combat music. It is a little unexciting without it, but the music is also a little annoying, especially when you're trying to make a video. So there, we got a hit, a slash for 6 points of damage. Now, from my previous experience, it looked like I was hitting for 22 to 24, but I think I can do more than that. I think that's because my skill is so low. That's why. See, there's a 24 hit right there, and a nice kick too. Apparently these guys do not social aggro. I thought they would, but that one just walked on by. So I'm wondering, when I do max out the skill, what's it going to do for me? Let me see if kick is maxed or not. No, it's got one more level, so I will keep using it. If it were already maxed, I think I would stop kicking. More opportunities to swing the sword and potentially level up my slashing. But looks like we got an offense level up and we got an archery level up on that fight, but not a single level up on the two-hand. So that's what we're working with now. Now, being lazy and having full mana, I'm gonna try to snare him so I don't have to run after him. Oh, look, he regenerated enough HP to turn around and bite me for 20 points of damage. And then 17, and this is a light blue. So I really am thinking that that shield might have a much bigger impact than I realized. Look at that, 28 point slash. Alright, I'm excited. So I feel like you do a lot more damage, but you also take a lot more damage using these kinds of weapons. That's what it seems like to me. No level up at all. And we've got a total of 60 levels to get through. So it is going to be a slog leveling this thing up, but we're going to take the time and make ourselves a true ranger. Oh, someone wants to buy light stones. I got light stones for you. Lazy. Okay, let's look for lazy. Project Faceless. Alright, let's just offload everything we got. 2 light stones and 1 greater. 12 plat. There we go. Thank you very much. So I just spent 60 plat on my new sword. Cheer. Woohoo! I just spent 60 plat on my new sword, but I just made 12 of it back right there. So we're going to keep our eye out for wisps. Let's hit our track. I need to remember to be spamming track a bit more. So yeah. Things are going good. I'm having so much fun with the ranger. I truly am. And with the bandit, I think I am a decent tank, actually. Again, I'm really curious about the shield thing that I mentioned. How did I get overweight now? What happened? What changed? I wasn't overweight a second ago. Is it really just because I looted that stuff off the snake? Is it the giant snake fang? It must be the snake fang. How much does the snake fang weigh? 5 pounds? But it's a 527 piercing. Ooh, that is... Ooh. That is a nice pickup, is it not? Is it not? So where do we dump... Where do we lose weight then? We don't want to be encumbered. But our strength is only 79. How much are these cutthroat insignia rings? 0.1. So that's not what's doing it. It could... I guess we're carrying 2 pounds each of fletching. So this is a good opportunity to show you a little bit of what we're dealing with trying to level up fletching. So let's have a seat here. Let's see if we can't lighten our load a bit. Oh, well, apparently we're gonna have to vendor first. I forgot. We need to have the fletching kit empty in order to fletch. Innkeeper Herald should be straight ahead. And I gotta remember to keep spamming my track just to level it up, because it is not maxed out yet, and it should be. If I had been spamming it like a good little ranger the whole way. See there, it just went up to 46. There we go. So 46 isn't too bad, right? But I think it's behind. I don't know what its max is. I don't think its max is like my combat skills. I think its max is less than that. Do I want to keep the snake fang and try to make a buck? Oh, why did I just sell that low quality bearskin? You know what? I'm not going to worry about money right now. I can do that later when I'll be making more money anyway, because I'll be a higher level. Plus the light stones, you know, those light stones. A single greater light stone. What does the human blood do? Human blood. Human blood P99. I'm looking it up. Hold your horses. I'll be right back. Listen to the lovely music coming from the thing. It's for brewing a blood templar. Now, am I going to save that to try to sell it to somebody who wants to brew a blood temper? I don't think so. Let's just sell it because it's coming for a gold. That's a decent pitch right there. Now, zombie skins. I know you can sell those in stacks, but I'm not exactly zombie hunting. I just happened to come across it. There we go. We're already underweight. Let's see how much he'll give us for only 4 gold for the giant snake fang. And that is like a... Ooh, that is 5 and 27 piercing. That's like really good ratio. You know, that's really good ratio. I'm tempted to try to save it, but I'm already encumbered, you know. The magic weapon that he gave me 6 and 20 food to... I gotta just sell it. I'm sorry, you're too heavy. You're too heavy. I got things to do. Alright, so here. Watch this. Those of you interested, it seems much slower than on P99. I'm trying to level up trade skills. Let me get myself in optimal shape here. Where's my ingredients bag? It's usually that one, but apparently it's not today. Ingredients got spaced out. Okay, let's take these guys and put them there. Is that all 4? That is all 4. Let's get those guys out of the way. We can do better. You lack the skills. So, as you see, we got 20. 1 by 1, 20 attempts. And I think the likelihood is that we will not get a level up. In all likelihood, there will be no level up. That's how steep it's been. I'm hoping that once I get the skill up to a certain point, it'll start to skill up faster. You know, like with weapons, the first like 25, 30 levels are hard, and then next thing you know, it'll go from 30 to 60, and you won't even realize it happened. So I think once it's kind of like gaining traction. Once it gains enough traction, I think it takes off. I think that's how it works. So I'm going to pause the video for the most part as I run to Southern Row and as I do all this stuff. And I'm just going to show you straight combat footage. And we're going to be paying a lot of attention. You can see up in the corner here. That's where my skills are going up. I should have pointed it out earlier. I know where it is, but you probably don't. I got all my skills here. Unfortunately, track and sense heading are pretty annoying. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off sense heading by altering my social that's doing the sense heading and also updating my map. Take out the sense heading doability there. I should make it do... Oh, there, finally worked. What I should do is I should make it do tracking. So when I'm... that's bound to my A key, which is my left step key, you know, WASD. And so that's how I've kept my sense heading maxed out. And I keep my location updated for my NParse map. I should throw tracking on there so it'll do the tracking skill every time I push that key, and thereby probably help me max out my tracking much faster. But I hesitate because tracking pops up a window and I find it slightly annoying if I'm not actually tracking something. which is why my tracking has been so low. I've only actively practiced it when I'm actually using it. And if I had bound it like that, a lot of traveling would have resulted in practice. Gotta pause and take this call. Alright, so you didn't miss anything. Here's the next attempt. You see the lag kicking in here. So there's half of the stack. No level ups. Some arrows. No level ups. There, we got more arrows. I can only hold, I think, 2 more successful combines worth. But I was hoping to burn through the whole stack. But it's okay. Can go get a kill, burn a bunch of arrows, and then finish off the stack. That'll leave me a bunch of room for more derv rings or whatever I might loot out there. I think try to get more derv rings, and the derv rings will come slow because there's only one spawn I can single pull from the camp. And so I pull it, and then I'm killing bears and coming back later. So it's not like I'm just doing derv after derv, although I wish. They give like 2% per kill. The XP is great. They're easy to kill. Oh, there we go. We got 1 level of fletching. We got 1 level so far. But yeah, they're easy to kill. They drop the rings. They drop money. They drop bronze weapons. And everything else in the zone is like almost green or light blue, except for the Kodiaks, which will be like anywhere from blue to white or yellow. But I like hunting the Kodiaks again because there's a possibility. I want to finish this off, so I'm just going to put these arrows in here. There's a possibility of getting a high quality bear pelt. Alright, so that's an entire stack of fletching done. And we got 1 level up. Let's cross our fingers for 2. So you can see what I'm dealing with here. And depending on how many successes I have, a stack of those, you know, each success is 5 arrows. So a stack I'll usually get, let's say, 40 to 50 arrows. Maybe more. And so I, like, it's like, let's say 50 arrows to 1 level up of fletching. I gotta shoot a lot of arrows, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do. Our leveling might slow down a bit. I'm looking forward to grouping, being like a tank or a DPS or a puller in a group. But really, I want to catch up. I want this sword, especially, to be at max efficiency. I want that leveled up. I don't want to be in a group and be that guy who's like, hey, is it okay if I level up my sword while I'm in the group, and then I end up doing like no damage and just like not contributing. No, I want to level it up while I'm solo. So we're going to spend some time solo, killing dervs, collecting rings, and burning as many arrows as we can. Once we run out of arrows, we'll stop burning arrows, I think, and we'll just maybe at that point we'll just make the run to the dervs in the South Row. We'll see. We'll see. If I have room, I'll buy more fletching gear. See, the problem is I want to go to South Row and I want to not come back, but my bags are going to be full of dervish rings, so I can't carry fletching gear. So then if I do that and I don't come back, I can't make arrows, so I have to stop leveling up archery. So it's kind of keeping me bound in this area. So I think maybe the play is North Row. There's dervs in North Row. I had a wonderful duo there. You saw me doing there. Aside from the dervs, those are the right level of creatures for me to be snare kiting, although they do social with each other, so I've got to be careful about that. So yeah, we might end up spending some time in North Row. That way we're close enough to Commonlands, East Commonlands, to go and pick up more fletching gear. We can still kill dervs, and when we got enough, it's not too bad of a run to South Row to do a turn-in. Now this is tempting. AC5, AGI 3, and HP 10. Tempting. What would I be losing if I were to upgrade? I would lose 1 AC. I would pick up some AGI and some HP. Now, I don't think I'm going to do it, because agility is not what I need. I've got 105 base, and if I cast my buff on myself. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. If I cast my buff on myself, it goes up by, I think, 18 to like 123. So I don't need agility, but I am looking to... This money's burning a hole in my pocket. Oh gosh, the lag. The lag. I'm probably disconnecting. My WASD keys are no longer operating. Oh, that's because I hit enter and open up the text. Okay, there we go. Why can't I open my inventory? Is it because of the lag? It must be the lag. But see, look, I can see things happening. Albeit with some delay. But I still have not seen the result of my attempt to cast my AGI buff on myself. Which makes me think I will be disconnecting. I'm also not seeing location pop up. Maybe I need to put /loc in the top box for it to work. Let's see. Or maybe the lag prevents it from pinging the location. But look, I can see this guy running around. Sort of. Maybe I can't. Okay, my spell casting was interrupted. Wow, it's getting hard. Well, let's see. I just got home from work. It's 5:50. So there's probably a bunch of other dads getting home from work, moms getting home from work, kids getting home from school, and they're all firing up the TVs, and the TVs don't go through the cable anymore. They all go through the internet. People streaming this, streaming that. Everything's streaming. I'm in an apartment building with 33 floors. And everybody's streaming movies and TV shows on all those floors. So kids are going to get home any second. So I got to pause this. But I got to decide what we're going to do first. I'm a little worried about going to row now. Because I really feel that the mobs there are going to hit me too hard. And they might overwhelm me when I'm trying to level up my blackened iron bastard sword. So, real quick before we log, there's a will-o-wisp right there. Oh, that's a corpse. It's behind me apparently. Let's see. Gotta love track. We're gonna pull him with a flame lick someday. There we go. Here he comes. And let's see if we can't level up a bit of our sword here. Now this is a good opportunity to level up kick. It will still let me level up kick, even though I can't kick the will-o-wisp. Oh, that might have been a good reason to buy those boots, because then I would have magical boots, and I could kick ghouls and will-o-wisps and the like. But I think we can do better than that. That would be the rest of my platinum. I've got 60 plat, that'd be 40 of it. HP 10 is not bad. It's not like AGI is a bad thing, right? But honestly, I think at this point I prefer dexterity. I'm even thinking of putting on these cutthroat insignia rings. My friend Levi hooked me up with a 20 HP claw knuckle ring. That's nice. And I'm using a silver amber ring, which gives me a couple of extra strength. But I'm feeling that since my goal right now is to level up skills, maybe I should wear these rings. Higher dexterity. Doesn't that mean a higher chance of leveling up skills? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna assume that the extra HP is kind of like having extra mana. It doesn't really matter when you're not full HP anyway, because it's not helping your HP regen. And unless you're really using your whole HP pool, you probably don't need to worry about it. Whoa, those are some interesting sounds that these will-o-wisps make. I'm trying to snare him. He was running, but then I guess he regenerated enough health to stop running. So he's hitting me again. See, this would have been a much faster fight had I used my one-hand piercing weapon. And I'm just scrolling up here, and it looks like, nope, we have not gotten a single level up of two-hand slash this entire fight. So this is what I'm dealing with, people. This is what I'm dealing with. I don't... People say there's no difference. If you can get XP from the mob, there's no higher or lower chance of leveling up skills, but I feel like that when you fight harder mobs, it seems to me that there's a slightly higher chance to level up skills. It's probably just completely an impression born of expectation in my mind, but despite knowing that's probably what it is, I still feel like it might be true. But people will swear up and down that nope, doesn't matter at all, as long as you can get XP from it, so you might as well just skill up on light blues. I'm like, alright, look at that, Snare wore off, and I have yet to finish off this will-o-wisp. That's what we're dealing with here, people. Of course, this lag has something to do with that too. Another snare. I got clarity right now, so it's whatever. There we go. There's a big hit. One more and he's done. There we go. Not a single level. That's what I'm saying. The cruelty here. And the lag too. So I'm hoping I'm gonna pause the recording and I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna prepare a small dinner, hang out with the family, and then I should be back on a bit later, and at which time I'm hoping that the connection's a little better. In fact, once I do log off, if I can ever actually loot this will-o-wisp, maybe I can't. I might just have to slash quit out of this session. It's getting that bad. I'm gonna restart the router. I really think that'll help. This is beyond bad. This makes me feel like there's a data issue. Something's blocking it. Greater Lightstone. That's 10 platinum right there. See, look, I just spent 60 plat on this beautiful sword, right? 6 of these would pay for it. Just 6. Just 6 Greater Lightstones. Oh, isn't this torturous? You want to just log? I almost wish it was a burnt out Lightstone just so I could do slash quit right now, but I can't. Because now, it's like throwing away 10 plat. Alright. Alright, to be resumed soon, my friends. Alright, I am back in the game, and I was able, from the hitting enter on the character select screen to getting here, was like literally less than 5 seconds. And I think that's because I did reboot my modem, and I think that helped quite a bit. Let's give it a test. Let's try to cast on ourselves a buff. Let's use Skin Like Wood. Oh gosh, did I jinx it? Am I still lagging out hardcore? Apparently I am. Alright, anyway, I'm going to pause the game. I'm going to head back to my favorite spot to grind Dervs and Kodiaks. And I'll resume the video for combat sessions so you can watch me attempt to gain skill levels. Alright, combat session number 1. Leveling archery and two-handed slashing. Orc Legionnaire, conning dark blue. Hit him with an arrow. And let's cast a flame lick and another arrow. Alright, now we just kite him around and we use as many arrows as we can. As if like that's what we want to do. We just want to waste our arrows. We let the flame lick burn him down and we look in hope. I'm going to turn off track. We look in hope for the level up to archery. Nothing so far. And wow, I can't believe how little I'm hitting him. I mean, my archery is low, but it's not that low. Let's throw a burst of fire in there just to show you what it looks like. I turned off my VPN and it seems to have helped. Also zoning. Maybe it was zoning. Maybe Eastern Commons is impacted. There we go. There's a 10-pointer. Flame lick wore off. Let's give him another one of those. He's only down to 86, and I'm a little worried because our two-hand slash is so bad. We don't do that much damage with it yet. So we're gonna hit him with another burst of fire. Snare should be breaking any second, and I feel like I want to burn some more arrows, so I'm gonna refresh it. And we'll just kite him over to the Derv camp. Why not? Make it a more efficient journey. But look at this, a blue down to 76%. We've still got 80 mana and 100 HP. Of course, there's a economic cost. Oh, I gotta be careful when I'm dealing with other mobs, because if they're between me and the Legionnaire, my arrow will hit them and add them on. I've had that happen before. Look at that. So we got 1 level of archery. Alright, we got it up to 34. That's a thing of beauty, I guess. I think we can do better, but let's not burn any more mana. Let's save our mana. Let's just continue to attempt to level archery. Burning arrow after arrow on this guy. And this is how we do it. We just continue to backpedal and fire off arrows at him. Maybe run a little bit, trying to do this in third person. Snare is worn off, and this time I'm feeling like it's time to get to combat. Let's see how we do. Two-hand slashing leveled up. Alright. That's nice, I like that. Seems like Flame Lick is no longer active. Let's throw another one of those on there. Now it looks like we're going to take quite a beating, because we are not landing very many hits with this sword. And it is much slower as well. No music. I thought there'd be music. My music's on. Maybe I'll provide some music. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Bling, 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 bloom. Bloom, 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 bloom. Bloom, 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 bloom. It's not exactly fighting orcs, is it? What can I say? I'm a groovy guy. Kick is now maxed out at 85. No more need to kick. Let's take advantage of this opportunity to level up two-hand slashing, which has gotten to 27. That's 2 level ups in a single encounter. Lucky. Now the big question is, will he die, or will he regenerate enough health to turn around and start hitting me again? Which will happen first? Alright, so we got 2 levels of slash on that. 1 level of kick. And that's it. Plus a level of channeling, but I don't count that because we're not trying to level our channeling. And it took us all the way to the dervish cutthroats. Now our HP is quite abysmal. But I'm able to heal. Oh, wow. Is it lag free? It is lag free. So perhaps it was, in fact, the use of the VPN that was causing the lag. I don't think it's always the use of VPN. I think maybe the server that I'm using in particular was having some issues. Anyway, let's just be happy to be playing in real time for once. Now these guys still don't have anything against me yet. Although I must be getting a bit close by now. Oh, he just like comes and offers himself up to me. But since we do take quite a beating trying to use this new two-hand slash sword, I want to really heal up before I begin this encounter. Fire off an arrow. Flame lick. Boom. Gotta be careful with mobs in between. Fire off an arrow. And then we just do it like this. Forgive me for playing in first person. Those of you who are not actually playing Quarm, and perhaps just watching my videos, you should know that there's an inversion happening when you scroll out. So right now, if I go up, I look up. If I go down, I look down. But as soon as I scroll out in third person, going up makes me look down, and going down makes me look up, and it's really throwing everybody off. Everyone's complaining about it, and rightfully so. It's very unwieldy. So forgive me, but I'm trying to let you see the action, but it's just so difficult compensating for it that I'm probably going to be in first person most of the time. Although, even I want to see the action at some points. See, we're doing much better with the hits. And I would like to, while we're still in the Commonlands, and that might not last very long, I would like to burn through a lot of arrows, really try to get that archery leveled up. So you see me struggling keeping the view level there. That's why. I'm sort of used to it, but not really. It's not a single... You've seen how much we shot at this orc, and you know what level my archery is, and yet still not a single level up thus far on archery. Is that a wisp? You're next, buddy. I want 10 plat. I want 10 plat. I would like to get him down to like 50% HP before I let a blue start wailing on me while I try to kill him with my two-hand slash. The two-hand slash is not hitting enough. And compile that with the fact that I'm not using a shield, I think I'm taking a lot more damage than I otherwise would. It really makes me want to make sure I have a good lead on the mob from range damage before I get involved in that way. And again, I want to burn as many arrows as I can. I'm tempted to just, yeah, let's just do it again. Let's just do one more snare on him. That's number 3. So yeah, is this efficient? No. It's too long of a fight to be considered efficient. But it will be when I earn the archery and the fletching that provides me with a better bow and better arrows. It will greatly increase the efficiency of this hunting method, which, in my opinion, really goes a lot towards doing it early on in the lower levels, leveling it up, so then you have more levels to take advantage of it. Now, I do intend to be grouping a lot. I intend to be grouping a lot. However, I can't always group. Sometimes my play session's too short. Sometimes maybe I won't be able to get a group. Sometimes I might not be in the mood for a group, or who knows what. So it would be nice to, when I do need to solo, be able to just like bust out and kill a yellow. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? Solo yellows. There we go. See, we finally got some archery going on. We got it up 2 levels on this fight. And I'm not going to cast another snare on this guy. 60 is low enough if you ask me. So you can see it's going to be a bit of a grind leveling up our abilities in this Quarm server. It's very different. Other differences I've noticed on Quarm, for those who don't play Quarm or for those that do and would like to just hear it. When a mob has no weapon versus when a mob has a weapon, most especially thinking of the early starting levels of like 1 or 2, the difference is huge. You know, like a level 1 that's carrying like a 2-handed rusty sword is going to kick your ass. Whereas on P99, it didn't seem to be much of a difference at all. If a mob didn't have a weapon or had a weapon, he seemed to just hit you for about the same. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is not looking good. Look, we got him down to, what was it, 60%? And we had 100%. And look, he's got us down 25%, and we've got him down 10%. At that rate, he's beating us. That's how bad our 2-hand slash is right now. Not good. But it looks like we pretty much got it. Plus, remember, he's going to run at 20. Once I do get the 2-hand slash caught up, though, we are going to be golden. Because I think I'm going to be doing a lot more DPS Alright. I hate running and hitting mobs, so I am going to waste the mana on a snare here. And then I'm not going to cast another Flame Lick. Flame Lick just wore off again. I'm going to use the opportunity here to get free hits, free leveling on Two-Hand Slash. Now, we didn't get a single level up on Two-Hand Slash. Or did we? We did. Whoa, wait, hold on. No, was that from a previous fight? That was from a previous fight. So it's going to be slow, but again, I'm hoping that as we go, the rate of the level ups will increase as the level gets higher. Again, the idea of traction. I think it's a thing. There, right on the last slash, we got another level of two-hand slashing. So, no ring. So that's the only real dervish cutthroat we can take comfortably. So then I'm going to have to use my track. There's a blue will-o-wisp behind and to the right. I was going to pause the video and then resume when I get into combat again, but I plan on just hopping right back in real quick here. Now this one we are not going to, since it's a light blue, we are just going to go for it. We can't use archery because it's bow is not magic. Look at that, 30%, 30 damage on a single hit. So, is that our damage cap at level 16? 30? And I guess we got our skill up enough to start landing hits at that level. We're at 28 right now. Let me turn off track. That'll help us track our skill ups a little bit better. Another skill that I'm always on the lookout to level up when I have an opportunity is Bind Wound. I'm planning. Oh, we just got an ad. We could be in trouble. You know what? Because we could be in trouble, we are going to bust out our one-hand piercing here. And we're going to use Flame Lick. I don't want to die. So you can see our piercing hits for 12, but it's a much more consistent hits and much faster as well. See, we're fine. If we ever land another hit. Okay, there we go. So now we got another will-o-wisp, also light blue. Nothing to worry about. Oh! Okay, that corpse scared me. I thought we had a third one. Piercing went up to 83. That's nice. Defense 80. It is good to keep piercing up because in one more level we're gonna have dual wield, and that might make our two-hand slashing obsolete. Actually, maybe it was not a good idea of me. Oh, my auto attack wasn't on. Maybe it was not a good idea of me to buy this two-hand weapon. Look at that. 12, 12, 12. It just starts doing work. And it's just so fast. But I'm hoping that when the skill level is also up to 80 or 85 with the two-hand slash, it's doing work as well. Defense got up to 80. That's the cap right now. Our defensive cap is below our offensive abilities caps. Jeez, interrupt twice. So lucky will-o-wisp 3 times. The interesting thing is, when I was hunting these in the Nectulos, you know, the Dark Elf newbie yard, they never run. They never run from combat. But the will-o-wisps, just one zone away, they will run at 20%, like an animal. There we go. Lightstone. That could be 1 or 2 plat, or a bunch of XP, and another greater lightstone. Would you look at that? Money in the bank. Now, Bind Wound. Let's see if we can get a level up off of Bind Wound. And look at 38% HP, leaping up to 42, getting 4% per bind, and it just went up to 70. Bind Wound, I feel like, is a bit undervalued. It's a very, very valuable tool. Because I just went from 38% HP to what should be 51 or 52% in a matter of not so much time. At no mana cost, you know. There, 52%. So some people, I really feel like people who complain about warriors as soloists, yeah, they might be one of the worst classes for soloing. But if you hit the sweet spot where you can find mobs that you can kill, let's say you have 50% HP and killing them only takes you down to 20% HP, and then you bind wound the rest of the way up, they can actually start to get pretty efficient. Leave rogues in the dust. Some people kind of equate them with rogues, but they are much better than rogues. And, oh, let's stand and forage. We want to keep practicing our abilities. Sit and hide. Alright, we're getting ready to take on this dervish cutthroat here. Right now, he's too close to his friends for me to comfortably pull. I'm not sure whether or not they would add on. But I do know in a second he's going to walk forward, so... Ooh, he's a caster, so this is going to be a bit tougher of a fight. Do I still try to use my sword? I think I do. I'm not going to record the entire battle. I've been letting these videos kind of carry on a bit too long, I do believe. So I'm going to just showing you what I'm about to engage in, and then I'll catch up with you in the last 20% or so. I changed my mind. I wanted to show you this fight because it is an intense one. He is beating the crap out of me. He nuked me pretty hard. And he hit me pretty hard. It's not looking good at this point, and he's got me rooted. And here comes another. We might die. We're looking like we're gonna die. I have to switch back to one hand piercing here. We are looking bad right now. Very bad. And I've killed these guys so many times before. I really... I don't know why this is so skewed. I'm just gonna spam burst of flame here. Oh, look at that. We're catching up now. Thanks to our nuke. What a fight with this guy. There we go. He's not gonna run. Wow. Alright. Well, thank God for that nuke there. Whew, what a close one. Did we get any level ups? Evocation. That's it. Oh, look at this guy. He probably wants to group up. Let's see, what level is he? A level 10 cleric. Let me see if there's anything I can do for him. Give him some agility. Alright. Alright, so I'm getting ready to try something slightly dangerous, but I think I will be okay. And it is this. You see these dervish cutthroats here that are close enough to aggro each other. Oh, another cool thing about Quarm and this particular client or whatever is you can zoom out in third person almost infinitely. Look at that. So I can be this far out if I want. So we see we got this derv here and this one here. Now I'm pretty sure they're in aggro range of each other. The way the mechanics work in EverQuest is once I aggro him, he will aggro also anyone else within his range, but that does not extend infinitely like a chain. So I only have to worry about one aggro radius away from the initial aggro. So here is my plan. My plan is to root him with my grasping roots and then quickly finish off her, who I think will be the one who comes, if anybody comes. It's possible nobody will come, in which case I will just pelt him with arrows. Here we go. Yep, there she is right there. So what we're going to do is we want to take her out as fast as possible. And that means bursts of fire her down, because we want her to be dead by the time the root breaks on her friend. So we are going to spam everything. We're going to spam kick and burst of fire. Oh wow, she is hurting us. This is going to be an interesting fight. Let me get back in first person here. As you can see, I left in the one-hand piercing just because of the difficulty. I need max DPS on this one. Wow, I'm at 60% HP and her friend is getting involved now. This might be worth trying to pull off another route. Nope, didn't work. Stunned, stunned, stunned. Interrupted. Interrupted. We are probably gonna die, just to be honest here. We're gonna dot her. We are gonna dot him. That way we got maximum dot damage going on. We're gonna finish her off, and then I think we're gonna snare kite the other one. That might work, right? Well, let's finish this one off first. Alright. Now we got this guy. I don't know if it's even possible to snare when he's rooted, but that's no longer an issue. We're going for it. We're gonna snare kite this guy. I'm not even gonna nuke. Archery level 37. That's what I'm talking about. 2 dark blues. 2 dark blues, and I'm feeling confident we got this at this point. Flame lick, worn off. Let's throw it back on. See, look, with this much mana, we can easily snare him again. Are we low on HP? Yes. But if I could snare him 2, 3, even 4 more times, I think. And I got enough arrows. And I'm happy to use them. So this is interesting at all. And also, I have plenty of mana for flame licks. Slow going, but you know, it would be much faster if my archery were 80. If I had a bow better than what you could buy as like a newbie. I bought this bow with the cash that I was making from like the newbie yard way back when. This is my first bow I bought and I never changed it. Oh, looks like our snare has worn off, so let's face tank for just a second while we get another one on there. Flame lick has worn off as well. Just kite him around. Now I'm tempted to nuke him, but I want to make sure I have enough mana to keep him snared. Occasionally I hit him for 9 damage. You know, anywhere from 5 to 10 damage with the arrows. The 3 damage per tick on the flame lick. I'm pretty sure I can get him to even with my HP. No problem. Gosh. Archery 38. See, this is what I wanted to do anyway. It works out perfectly. And with the recovery time from something like this, probably gonna have another Derv up. So since I know now that I can take these two, although it is kind of a risky proposition, right? It's probably about time for another Snare. Let's just do it now. Even though it's a risky proposition, I can relatively comfortably do this. And now I got 3 Derv spawns that I can work on here at this camp. Archery 39. $40. Alright, I hope that's because I'm gaining traction. I hope I'm going to start seeing it really soar at this point. Not to mention, with every level... Ooh, someone just tossed me a sow. People are liking watching this action here. It's probably about time for... Now that Flame Lick is worn off, I am assuming that Snare is coming soon too. Just throw another Snare. Fingers crossed on rings. We're almost at the point where I feel comfortable face tanking him, but again, I want to level up archery as fast as possible here because I don't want to stay here so long. I want to move to southern row, northern row. So while I am here, this is probably like the last level that the Dervs are really going to be worth it. Not really, but you know. I'm going to need to go to south row soon, and I'd like to stay there for a while. So it must have just been some RNG luck. We hit archery 40. That's 4 levels on this particular little session here. Flame Lick has worn off again. And I almost feel like, it looks to me like Snare has also worn off, but maybe not. And we're coming back home. You're back home, buddy. Welcome back. I think we got him about the right place. And his HP is so much lower than mine at this point that I'm gonna even risk leveling up my crappy 2-hand slash on him at this point. Is this the... Did I just come over to the orc camp? This looks like the orc camp. Okay, so I well passed his little thing. Alright, let's do it. Let's take a look at our quiver. Wow, we burned through most of our arrows there. Now he's on the run. Unfortunately, still no real luck on this fight so far with the 2-hand slash. But, hey. Not so bad. We got a sow. Gonna run back and see if we got a ring on the other corpse. No ring, but we did get a large cloth shirt and some human blood. And those both produce some income. Cloth shirt, I think, would do like 4 gold. Time to med up. Oh, got the chance to level up Bind Wound. So it's gonna slow me down, but I got 4%, 2 from each of those kills we just did. Got some level ups, and once I have the level ups, all of that will be faster. The bow kiting will be faster. You know, the 2-hand slashing will be faster because I'll be landing those hits and doing some damage. So this is time that I'll be paid back for this time, and the sooner I do it, the more I'll be paid back over time. Alright, we're gonna give this other Derv a go. I did not fire an arrow that time because the zombie, I didn't want to hit the zombie and then have to deal with 2 mobs right now. Oh, I totally intended to turn off their recording while I did this kiting. Okay. Oh, I thought I had unpaused the recording when I guess I had paused it, so I don't know. I don't know what this video is going to look like in that particular portion. It was a short portion, though. But we just took out another dervish cutthroat and we kited it good and long, but we did not get another level of archery. But we did, however, in the short time that we were fighting with it face to face, managed to get a level of 2-hand slashing. So we got 1 level up of 2-hand slashing to 29. What a slog, let me tell you. But at least we're getting XP along the way, and I did get a dervish ring as well. I am encumbered. I think I'm going to destroy my copper this time. There we go. And now I'm heading to the Fletcher in the Eastern Commonlands. And we're gonna, next you see, will be another attempt, I think at 2 whole stacks of ingredients worth of fletching. We're gonna rip through them and see how many level ups we can get of fletching out of 40 attempts. Alright, getting ready to fletch here, realizing that I am a double idiot. I'm a twofold idiot. Number 1, I destroyed a whole bunch of copper because I was 2 pounds overweight on the way to a merchant at whose shop I was going to buy a bunch of things. So that was about 120 copper. That's about 12 silver worth of free merchandise I refused. No, I don't want that free merchandise. I'd rather pay for it. Anyway, secondly, I bought 2 stacks of each of the ingredients only to realize my bags were full. Oh, and now I can hat trick it off by saying, thirdly, I had stuff I could have sold to this very merchant, clearing up inventory space. Instead, I destroyed some stuff. Wow. I did have a bit of whiskey earlier, and I'm going to write it off to that. But anyway, let's get started here. Let me position my stacks of ingredients properly for ease of access. There we go. How do I end up with this extra stack of bandages and know where to put it? I don't get how that worked out. Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, here goes the first stack. Alright, here goes the last combine for the first stack attempt. And it was not looking good until right at the end we logged 2 level ups. We had a lot of failures, and it was an unusual number. So RNG has not been good to us, but we ended up producing probably about 2 stacks of arrows on that. Usually it would be closer to 3, maybe more than 3. Alright, now I'm going to position the ingredients for the next attempt. What happened to the medicine bag of... There it is. There's the notches, the arrowheads, the shafts, and the... what are they called? Fletchings. And... oh gosh. And here we go. Alright, we just finished. And we got 2 more skill ups and about 2.5 more stacks of arrows. So we're averaging about per stack of ingredients 2 levels of fletching. I'm going to give another stack a shot and see how that averages out. Alright, you guys. Last attempt in this particular run. Here goes nothing. 3rd sample. Giving us an average with a sample size of 3 to deduce the rate at which we can expect our skills to increase. Alright, well now we've got a full quiver. Our range slot is also full, and I got 12 extra overflow class 1 bone point arrows. We only got one skill up on that last stack. So over 3 stacks we've gotten 5 skill ups. But hey, look at the bright side. This whole time you've been watching me, I've gotten about 15% experience. So we're going to get to do a whole bunch of stacks in this level. So we're definitely going to overcome, the skills increase by 5 every level. We're definitely overcoming our maximum at this rate. Yay. Only because it's taken me so many arrows and so much time. Like, this video is almost an hour and 15 minutes long. Maybe an hour and a half. And I did a little bit of that time wasn't displayed. So it's going to be a long leveling process like this, but at least we'll get our fletching and our archery caught up, and we'll be ready to venture out, I think, and proceed to start grouping up. Hopefully we get our two-hand slash leveled up, archery leveled up, fletching leveled up. It'd be lovely to get the true shot bow. We're going to make a video out of that for sure. Our quest for the true shot bow, getting the components and attempting to craft it. But I'd like to get my fletching way well into the range so that I don't fail, because I think that wood is kind of rare and difficult to get your hands on. And if you fail, I don't know if you get it back. Maybe you do, but there's some other ingredients I think that are more difficult. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm zoning, so I can't really wave goodbye, but I'm going to be grinding out my skills and some XP along the way slowly as well. Once these bags are full of Derv rings, I'll be heading to South Row to turn those in. I'll catch you next time.